Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jersey, and today I'm going to be doing chicken apple sausage bites from Better Homes and Gardens Tasty Chicken Dinners book. So, I changed the recipe just a little bit, but I promise you it's going to be delicious. You're going to need some roasted garlic, ground mustard, sage, parmesan cheese, parsley, a little bit of maple syrup, white wine, and polenta. Now, the recipe calls for pretzels, but I wanted polenta, so I used that in my homemade chicken sausage, apple chicken sausage. And I made them in balls. I just thought they would look better that way instead of the way it was telling you to do it in the recipe. So I'm going to start with the polenta. We just add it to some boiling water and we whisk away to make sure that there aren't any lumps. So we just whisk, and you just want to cook that until the grains are tender. While we have the polenta cooking, then we just put on the chicken sausage balls with a little bit of butter and some oil, any kind of oil you want, any high temp oil will do. And we just want to brown them before we put them in a hot 400-degree oven to cook all the way through. So now we have them brown, and we're just going to put them in the oven so they can cook at least halfway through. And while we have them in the oven, we're going to work on our glaze. The glaze has sage, a little bit of mustard, it also has the syrup, and I added white wine. And the reason why I added white wine is because I thought that the white wine would cut the acidity, would add a little bit of acidity to the actual dish, because, I found it was like a lot of sweet going on, so I was like, maybe this will balance it out. So I added the white wine, and I was happy and pleasantly surprised with what it did. So after you had your balls in for a while, then you take the glaze and you put it on, and you just want to make sure all the sausages get coated. And then once they get coated, you're going to put it back in the oven so it can continue to cook through. And you don't want to eat chicken unless the temp inside is at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit inside of the meat. Then you plate up. So this is what I came up with. Basically, I garnished with a little bit of parsley and some more Parmesan cheese. And I laid my sausage bites on a bed of polenta. It was so delicious. The salty and the sweet combination was just out of this world. Me and Jay enjoyed breakfast so much this morning. And at first, when I made these homemade chicken sausage balls with the apple in it, I was like, oh, I'm just going to make 6 and we're going to be okay. Well, that didn't work out. So I'm glad I put a little extra in, because once we started eating them, they were just really, 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 really good. So here we are for this initial tasting of the whole meal, and it was just delicious, like super, super good. And as you can see, the meatballs were super, super tender. You could just get through it right with the fork. Everything was creamy. It was just a fabulous, fabulous breakfast. So if you want to try this, it's a very easy breakfast. You get done really, really quick, less than a half hour. Try it with your family members, your friends, and share it with the people you love. See you guys next week for another recipe out of Tasty Chicken Dinners on Food Friday.